To most, Ralph Lauren conjures visions of polished leisure, the effortless style of old money, where preppy meets timeless elegance. Indeed, it's the kind of brand that feels as comfortable at a Hamptons soirée as it does on a yacht off the Amalfi Coast. Yet, while you might know the fashion giant for its iconic polo shirts and cashmere dreams, there's something, or rather someone, you likely haven't heard about. The Lauren family's secret heiress, who stands to inherit billions. Step into the wonderful world of Dylan Lauren, the candy queen who, despite sitting at the crossroads of fortune and fame, has managed to fly largely under the radar. And sure, while she's built her own $55 million empire with confectionery dynamo Dylan's Candy Bar, her father's $8.8 billion empire is waiting to be passed down, as her future glitters with a wealth most could only dream of. Thus, in today's episode, we'll demonstrate, step by step, how a savvy entrepreneur like Dylan, heiress to one of fashion's largest fortunes, managed to stay so hidden in the world of high society as we describe, the secret heiress to the Ralph Lauren fortune, Dylan Lauren. Dylan Lauren, sitting pretty on a cool $55 million net worth from her own ventures, isn't just waiting for daddy's fortune to drop into her lap. But let's not kid ourselves. Inheriting a few billion from fashion titan Ralph Lauren certainly won't hurt either. With her father's empire valued at a staggering $8.8 billion as of 2024, she's poised to become even wealthier than most small nations. Not that she needs the extra cash, she's already carved out a sweet spot for herself, quite literally. Since the year 1967, when Daddy Ralph first started turning polo shirts into a global status symbol, he's spun it into a multi-billion-dollar behemoth covering everything from fashion lines to fragrances and home furnishings. Indeed, the double RL initials are more than a logo. They're a license to print money, so the Lauren family won't be clipping coupons anytime soon. Their influence in the fashion world is as enduring as it is expansive. But don't dismiss Dylan as just another heiress waiting in the wings. In 2001, she founded Dylan's Candy Bar, inspired by Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, aiming to create the largest candy store in the world. And by all accounts, she's well on her way. Her flagship store isn't just a place to buy sweets, it's a technicolor wonderland that would make even Willy Wonka jealous. But living the high life comes naturally when you're both successful and part of a fashion dynasty. Dylan and her husband, hedge fund manager Paul Arraway, tied the knot at the Lauren family estate in Bedford, New York, a subtle hint that the family's real estate portfolio is nothing to sneeze at. This estate, a sprawling property that could double as a backdrop for a romantic movie, was the perfect setting for a wedding that blended elegance with a touch of whimsy. Candy-themed, of course. And the Lauren siblings aren't exactly slouches either. Older brother David is the Chief Innovation Officer at Ralph Lauren Corporation, keeping the family brand fresh and forward-thinking in an industry that's all about the next big thing. Meanwhile, brother Andrew has made waves in the film industry as an actor and producer, with credits that have garnered critical acclaim. And while her brothers have staked their claims in fashion and entertainment, Dylan carved out her own niche in the candy and retail world, proving that the entrepreneurial gene runs strong in this family. Yet being fashion royalty naturally comes with the finest sartorial perks, and Dylan's style clearly reflects that. She effortlessly blends her father's classic American aesthetic with her own vibrant flair, often incorporating candy-inspired designs. Think classic silhouettes with a pop of color that could give a sugar rush. Sure, she might be spotted in jeans and sneakers, echoes of her college days. But don't be fooled. Her casual look is anything but ordinary, frequently accented with pieces from her father's collections and other high-end brands like Alice and Olivia and Seven for All Mankind. It's undoubtedly a blend of comfort and couture that only someone with her pedigree could pull off so seamlessly. Yet, to truly grasp Dylan Lauren's lifestyle, mindset, and future ambitions, we must first explore the lives of her parents, including the legendary Ralph Lauren himself. Dylan's father, the icon fashion titan Ralph Lauren, was born Ralph Lifshitz on the 14th of October 1939 in the Bronx, New York City. And growing up in a middle-class Jewish family as the son of Ashkenazi Jewish immigrants, Ralph was both surrounded by the vibrant tapestry of a mid-century Big Apple barreling towards a modern future, and a rich Ashkenazi cultural milieu. Thus, as a teenager, Ralph wasn't content to blend into the crowd. He cultivated a unique sense of style, drawing inspiration from old-world elegance intertwined with classic preppy fashion. Therefore, Hollywood icons like Fred Astaire and Cary Grant weren't just silver screen stars to him. They were the epitome of sartorial sophistication he aspired to emulate. Around the mid-1950s, Ralph followed in the footsteps of his older brother Jerry, who had already changed his last name to Lauren. Ralph explained that he too made the switch for several reasons, chief among them being the bullying and ridicule he faced for his original surname, Lifshitz, which unfortunately included the S word in English. Additionally tired of the endless mispronunciations, he decided it was time for a change. After graduating from DeWitt Clinton High School in 1957, Ralph briefly pursued business studies at Baruch College in Manhattan, but left after 2 years. You see, from 1962 to 1964, he served in the United States Army, adding discipline to his creative flair. Upon his return to civilian life, he landed a job as a sales assistant at Brooks Brothers, and it was here that his passion for formal fashion began to truly flourish. Thus, in 1964, at the age of 24, Ralph's life took an unexpected turn. While attending an eye doctor's appointment in New York City, perhaps seeking clarity in more ways than one, he met a young woman named Ricky Ann Lowe Beer, who worked as a receptionist and would become Dylan's mother. Born in June 1943, Ricky was an English major at Hunter College, and the moment Ralph saw her, he was captivated and didn't hesitate to ask her out. Furthermore, their first date was nothing if not memorable. Ralph arrived in a green Morgan sports car, a bold choice foreshadowing his future in fashion, and whisked Ricky away to a pancake house in upstate New York. And despite Ricky's charmingly quirky habit of reciting the Canterbury Tales during their meal, Ralph was thoroughly enchanted. In fact, in a move as audacious as his style, he proposed to her on that very first date, and the whirlwind romance showed no signs of slowing down. The couple married on the 20th of December 1964, approximately 6 months after they first met, and this union coincided with a pivotal moment in Ralph's budding career. In 1967, while working for tie manufacturer Beau Brummel, he persuaded the company's president to let him launch his own line of neckties. Consequently, the Ralph Lauren Corporation was born, with Ralph operating out of a single drawer in a showroom within the Empire State Building, a humble beginning for what would become a fashion empire. At the time of her birth, Dylan Lauren's father, Ralph, and mother, Ricky, had been married for nearly a decade and already gifted the young Dylan 2 older brothers, David, who would become a businessman, and Andrew, destined for filmmaking. Therefore, when she was born on the 9th of May 1974 in New York City, Dylan Lauren arrived as the youngest member of a family already steeped in style. You see, at the time of her birth, her father's fashion empire wasn't just growing, it was flourishing. And though Ralph Lauren had launched his company in 1967, starting with men's ties by 1974, the brand had expanded dramatically. For example, the early 70s had seen the introduction of the iconic polo shirt and a full women's collection, blending classic designs with an air of aspirational luxury. Furthermore, that same year marked a significant milestone. Ralph Lauren designed the costumes for the film adaptation of The Great Gatsby. This high-profile project didn't merely boost the brand's visibility, it cemented its association with a romanticized vision of American style. So, while Dylan was learning to walk, her father's brand was learning to soar. For her education, she soon attended the prestigious Dalton School in Manhattan, an iconic prep school known for its rigorous academics and notable alumni. There, she wasn't merely the fashion mogul's daughter. She was an active student, and even served as captain of the school's volleyball team. After Dalton, Dylan set her sights on Duke University, where she majored in art history and earned her bachelor's degree. At Duke, she didn't just hit the books, she embraced campus life wholeheartedly. She joined the Kappa Alpha Theta sorority, diving into the vibrant Greek scene, and sports remained a passion, and she continued to play tennis, balancing athleticism with academics. Yet it was during her junior year abroad that Dylan experienced a transformative epiphany. Studying in Europe, particularly in London and Rome, she began to see candy in a new light. Traveling through various cities and villages, she collected unique sweets, captivated by their flavors, packaging, and cultural significance. Therefore, this wasn't just a hobby. It was the budding of a lifelong passion, and the candies she gathered weren't merely treats. They were miniature works of art, each telling a story of its origin. Upon returning to the United States and graduating from Duke, Dillon briefly considered a career in fitness, and she even became a certified aqua trainer. However, the allure of candy proved irresistible. Working as an event planner, she often incorporated sweets into her designs, turning confections into more than just dessert. They became focal points. This fusion of art, fashion, and sugar soon began to crystallize into a business concept. In 2001, Dillon turned her passion into a profession by founding Dillon's Candy Bar. Merging her love for candy, art, and fashion, she created a unique retail experience that was anything but ordinary. The store wasn't just a place to buy sweets. It was a colorful journey through a world where confections and creativity collided. Walls adorned with candies from around the globe transformed her childhood pastime into a sugary empire. Thus, Dillon Lauren didn't just inherit a famous last name, she carved out her own niche. By blending her artistic background with entrepreneurial spirit, she proved that the apple, or perhaps the candy apple, doesn't fall far from the tree. And during the mid-90s, while Dillon Lauren was attending Duke University, Ralph Lauren's business empire continued to expand and thrive. In 1992, the company launched Polo Sport, an active and sportswear line that coincided with the Barcelona Olympics. And this move into athletic-inspired fashion proved successful, broadening Ralph Lauren's appeal to a more casual, sports-oriented demographic. The mid-1990s also saw Ralph Lauren venture into new markets and categories. In 1995, the company made two significant moves by entering the highly competitive blue jean market and launching a mass-market women's clothing line. These initiatives helped Ralph Lauren reach new customers at lower price points while maintaining the brand's aspirational image. And the home collection, introduced in 1983, continued to grow impressively, contributing about $535 million in worldwide sales by 1996, more than any other designer at the time. Ralph Lauren's business acumen was further recognized when he received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Council of American Fashion Designers in 1992. Indeed, the company's growth was remarkable during this period, with net sales increasing by 22% to $909 million in 1996 compared to the previous year. This consistent financial success set the stage for Ralph Lauren Corporation to go public in 1997, a move that would raise approximately $600 million US. And on the personal front, Ralph Lauren continued to expand his real estate portfolio, which included properties like the elegant apartment on Fifth Avenue, a sprawling estate in Bedford, New York, an oceanfront home in Montauk, Long Island, a villa in Jamaica, and the expansive RL Ranch in Colorado. These properties not only served as personal retreats, but also embodied the Ralph Lauren lifestyle that the brand promoted. Furthermore, while Dillon was at Duke, her older brother Andrew Lauren pursued a career as a film producer and actor, while David Lauren, the middle child and Dillon's other brother, was following a different path. After also graduating from Duke University, where he had studied political science, David founded Swing, a general interest lifestyle publication for Generation X. As president and editor-in-chief of Swing, David was likely deeply involved in running the magazine during the mid-90s. This entrepreneurial venture in media aligned with the family's knack for understanding and influencing popular culture, albeit in a different format from his father's fashion empire. But as the new millennium rolled in and her candy empire started to blossom, one other thing would sweeten the life of Dillon Lauren: finding the love of her life. Since founding Dillon's Candy Bar in 2001, Dillon Lauren has not only established a sugar empire, but also hit several personal milestones along the way, particularly in her family and romantic life. In June 2011, Dillon tied the knot with Paul Arrouet, a hedge fund manager, and the ceremony was, fittingly, held at the Lauren family estate in Bedford, New York. She walked down the aisle in a custom bridal gown designed by none other than her father, Ralph Lauren. Indeed, this marriage marked a significant chapter in her life, seamlessly blending her thriving entrepreneurial career with her personal relationships. But the story began earlier. Before exchanging vows, Lauren and Arroway had been together for years. His proposal, in August 2010, was nothing short of cinematic. At sunset on a Montauk beach, Arroway set the stage with 72 pink roses and spelled out, "You are my it girl," in candy across the sand. And of course, there was the emerald-cut ring, just the cherry on top of an already sweet moment. By 2015, their family grew in a way that only added to their storybook life. On the 13th of April 2015, the couple welcomed fraternal twins, Cooper Blue and Kingsley Rainbow Arrowette, into the world via surrogate. Now, alongside running her candy empire, Lauren balances the demands of motherhood, raising her two children with the same dedication she brings to the world of candy retail. And yet, Lauren's reach extends beyond just sugar and family. In December 2015, she launched Dylan's Candy Barn, a philanthropic foundation dedicated to supporting animal welfare. This move was a natural progression for Lauren, who has long been passionate about giving back. Her foundation channels the success of her business into meaningful causes, proving that she's just as interested in doing good as she is in selling sweets. All the while, Dylan Lauren continues to build her own net worth, which currently stands at 55 million US dollars. A significant figure in its own right. It's just the start. As she awaits the broader family fortune, she's shown little intention of resting on her last name. Instead, Lauren has forged a path that's distinctly her own, one that extends beyond candy to her family and philanthropic efforts, ensuring that the Lauren legacy will continue in more ways than one. And now we'd like to see you in the comments. Had you heard of Dylan Lauren before, and what is your opinion on the broader Ralph Lauren brand and empire? We hope to find out some interesting thoughts below from you, as we have had fun discovering new fashion heiresses as of late. With that said, thanks again for joining us for another episode of Old Money Luxury, and cheers until next time.